Hey everybody, and welcome to a video playthrough of the newly completed hospital level of the Dead Earth game created by the Game Institute. If you don't know what Game Institute is, we're an online training school that teach people how to make their own games using step-by-step video tuition. So if you want to learn how to make your own games, or you want to learn how to make this exact game that we're about to play with me step by step, then pay us a visit over at www.gameinstitute.com. Now, I know that many of the people watching this will actually be students enrolled at the Game Institute that are building this game along with me. So let me just first of all explain, this is the Beta 1 release. At the moment, we don't have the save system implemented. That's going to be coming in the next source code release. So if we choose to load a game, we just get a little menu box telling us the save system isn't implemented yet. And because I know that many of the people watching this will be building this game with me, I'm also going to, at times, talk about things from a technical perspective whilst I'm playing, because it gives me a chance to show some of the things that I've added since the last source code release. Okay, so without further delay, we can see in the bottom left corner we have the protagonist of our story, the Survivor he's called. That's who we're going to be playing throughout this journey. And without further ado, let's start a new game and learn a little bit about his backstory.
Pearson in Quarantine Zone 51. We have lost containment. I repeat, we have lost containment. I am requesting immediate military assistance to facilitate the evacuation of all personnel.
Okay, listen up. Ground reinforcements are on their way, but it could take Bravo Company days to fight their way through that hellhole. So we're going to send a priority team via Helo to get Pearson and her research out. The plan is for a rooftop exfil. She'll meet you up there once you're overhead. Now, that facility is packed with civilians, including women and children. Let me be clear, they are not your concern. Just get Pearson out of harm's way and back home. Mayweather and his Marines are on site. We feel confident they can hold the line until Bravo gets there. It should be a walk in the park, gentlemen. You have your orders. Move out!
Command Central, come in. Command Central, can anybody hear me? Eagle 1 is down. The mission is a bust. Everybody's dead. I'm the only survivor. I'm gonna try and make my way to the Lady of Hope Hospital and rendezvous with Mayweather and his Marines. We're trying to fly over the facility. It looked dark already. I repeat, it looked dark already. Can you hear me, Command Central? in.
Okay, so here we are. We join our survivor just as he has fallen through the hospital roof, and he finds himself in a very kind of quiet hospital with all of the power to the hospital cut. And of course, Julia Pearson was not on the roof, so it doesn't look good for Julie or the survivors of the hospital, because they've obviously lost the battle of resisting the zombies. So what I'm going to do, because I want to talk about a few things before I start playing, about how the game works and how to play the game, I'm going to press the F key to toggle my flashlight off. Okay, the F key toggles it on and off because we only have limited battery charge in our flashlight. So I'm going to turn it off while I'm talking. So one of the first things you'll notice when we dropped into the level is a little window sort of scrolled on from the bottom left corner of the screen. This is our missions overlay. You can see at the moment we have just one mission, which is to locate Julia Pearson. We need to know why she wasn't on the roof to meet us and what's happened to her. Remember, our mission was to exfil her. And you'll see later on that we can have multiple missions active at the same time, and we can press the Z and X keys to page through the various missions, and we can also press the Q key to display and hide that window respectively. We can press the tab key that will bring up our inventory. In Dead Earth, the inventory pauses the game, so this is quite a good place to go if you want to stop and think about your strategy going forward. And you'll notice in our backpack over here, we have several slots that we can assign backpack items to. We have this mandatory mission log. This just gives you another more detailed way of looking at your missions. You can see it just makes it a little easier to read because it's a full screen interface. But like I said, at the moment we've just got one mission, which is to locate Julia Pearson, but we can have several active missions at the same time. Now in Dead Earth you also can only carry two weapons, one dual-handed weapon such as an assault rifle or a shotgun, and one single-handed weapon such as a pistol or an axe or a baseball bat or something like that. Now, when you're carrying a single-handed weapon, you can also have your flashlight active at the same time, but because dual-handed weapons require both of your hands to use, your flashlight will be lowered when you activate a dual-handed weapon. Now, that's not so much a big deal in the case of the assault rifle, because the assault rifle has a flashlight also built in, so you can still have the flashlight on the assault rifle on. But if you're carrying a shotgun, for example, then you don't want to go into a very dark room with the shotgun, or you won't be able to see what you're doing, unless of course you've got night vision enabled, which we'll talk about at the moment. At the bottom of the inventory we have our ammo belt. As you can see, we have 6 slots here where we can assign ammo for the various weapons. We don't have any additional ammo at the moment, so all we're carrying is a Beretta that's got is capable of holding 15 rounds, but there's only 8 in it, and an assault rifle that is capable of holding 30 rounds in each clip, but there's only 16 left in it, because remember, our survivor has fought his way across the city from the helicopter crash to get here, so he has expended some of his ammo. And then you also have the status window here, which shows you all of your status bars. So the top one is our health. We currently have 100% health. Underneath that is our infection level. We're not currently infected, why there's no bar there, but you'll see that if zombies bite you, they can infect you. And there's also other things in the level that can infect you as well, such as we've got some sort of zombie flies that sort of fly around dead bodies, and they can bite you and infect you if you get too close to them. Then we have our stamina here. Stamina will deplete as you run or jump or do sort of exert any sort of physical exercise, and it will also drop significantly when you're crafting items, and we'll look a little bit at how we craft items later on in this playthrough. Then we have our flashlight battery and our night vision battery, and we press tab to come back out. So on the HUD you can see that those status bars are also available on our HUD. Health, infection, stamina in the top left, night vision and flashlight battery in the top right. But you'll see we also have a visibility bar, and when we first arrive at the hospital, the power is off to the hospital, which means that we're not visible at all unless a zombie gets really close to us. So if there were a zombie in this room, providing it wasn't really close to us, it wouldn't be able to see us, and that's going to give us an advantage at the start of the game where we have very little ammo. We can basically play the game in more of a stealth fashion because we just don't have the ammo at the moment to take on wave after wave of zombies. But one of the things that's very important is if you raise your flashlight, you will immediately have 100% visibility, all right? You're not going to get away with shining a flashlight at a zombie and the zombie not being inquisitive about what the bright light is and coming to explore. And then finally, in the bottom right corner, we have some graphical displays of the weapons that we've currently got at our mounts. We've got a pistol and a assault rifle, and you can see the ammunition again, and you can also see what we have is some status bars that tell you the condition of the weapon. As you use weapons, their condition will deplete. Now, in the case of a gun, when the condition depletes, there's going to be a much more higher likelihood every time you fire it of the gun jamming and not actually firing. With melee weapons such as an axe or a machete, as you use them, they become more blunt. So if you eventually have, let's say, an axe that's got 0 condition, in other words, it's completely knackered, it basically means it's going to do virtually no damage when you use it. Okay, so finally, if we press the N key, that will enable our night vision. Cool. So for the moment, though, we want to use our night vision very sparingly, because once again we have very limited battery power, and although we'll be able to find additional batteries as we explore the level, we want to use our night vision whenever we enter in a new room or something like that, so that when we open the door and walk in, all the zombies don't see us. Not going to be so much of an issue once we've restored the power to the hospital, although we will still be able to hide in shadows where they exist. Okay, so the next keys we need to learn about is how we interact with something, and that's the E key. So you can see there's 2 items here. There's some scrap metal, which I'm going to pick up. Now, scrap metal is just one of the ingredients that you can use in crafting. It's used to repair weapons or to create lockpicks or things like that. And if I go to the tab key, you can see that with crafting items, when they're added to your inventory, they also have an amount next to them. And unlike many other items in the world, crafting items are special insofar as all of the items of a similar type are stored in a single slot. So if I had 10 items of scrap metal, it wouldn't take up 10 slots in my inventory. It would just take up 1 slot, but it would say that there are 10 amounts of scrap metal there. That's not the same with most other things. Okay, and the other thing here is there is a weapon here, which is a rusty pipe. Now, a rusty pipe is pretty much the worst weapon in the game. It's a melee weapon, but I am actually going to swap my pistol for this rusty pipe. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I have very little ammunition in my pistol. I only have 8 rounds, and that's not very many, and I don't want to be in a situation where I'm surrounded by zombies and I've used all of the ammunition in my pistol, all of the ammunition in my assault rifle, and now I've got no means to defend myself. At least if I have a melee weapon, I can still hack and slash my way out of it. So although it goes against the grain a little bit, I'm going to pick up the rusty pipe by pressing the E key, and that's going to discard my pistol. Oh, and finally, one other thing I forgot to mention is how do you swap between your 2 weapons? Well, you press the 1 key to raise and lower your single-handed weapon, and to switch to your dual-handed weapon, you press the 2 key. And that's going to raise and lower the assault rifle in our case. Notice when I raise the assault rifle, although the flashlight is lowered, because the assault rifle has a flashlight built into it, the system automatically recognizes that we had the flashlight on, so it also turns the flashlight on our weapon. Okay, so and now over here we have a blueprint. Let's pick that up. I'm going to turn my flashlight off to save battery, call up the inventory, and you can see in my inventory now I have collected a blueprint. There are basically 8 blueprints in this first level to collect, and the blueprints will show us the layout of this hospital, which is very handy because it's quite big and it's quite easy to get lost. So if I select the blueprint slot by left clicking in the inventory and hit the examine button, you can see here is where we are right here. We're in this old abandoned staff room, a room that used to be a staff room. And you can see here there's an office and someone has written on in biro Pearson. So that is obviously Pearson's office. Now, another way that you can view blueprints in the actual game is you can hit the M key and that will bring up a live runtime overlay. And now you can see as I move around, I can see the player marker on the blueprint updating in real time. So we can see if I were to go through this door, I would be in the upper floor corridor, and I need to go this way in the direction of Pearson's office. Now, when we've got multiple blueprints, we will press the left and right chevron keys to page through the blueprints, and the M key once again displays and hides the blueprint. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my flashlight and enable my night vision before I open a door. I'm going to open the door to the main corridor, and I'm going to see what's going on. Now you can see there's a zombie out there, but he can't see me at the moment because I'm invisible, right? Look at my visibility meter. Now, you might think, well, hang on a minute, Gary, didn't he hear the door open? But in Dead Earth, I decided to make the development choice that the doors don't make sounds that the zombies can hear, because if I were to do that, then basically anytime I wanted to open up a door and walk into a room, if there were zombies in there, I would never be able to creep in and exercise any stealth because they would immediately turn around and go to the door. You can change that. You can put sound emitters on your doors if you wanted to, but I found they actually disrupted gameplay. Now, in Dead Earth, zombies cannot see in the dark. So at the moment, while the hospital power is out, we can use that to our advantage. Later on, when we turn the power on, we're going to have a much bigger fight on our hands. But zombies can hear sound, and they can track to the location of that sound. So if you're walking, providing you don't walk too close to a zombie, you'll be able to maneuver in and out of the zombies without them being aware of your presence. However, if you run or jump or fire a weapon or do anything that makes a loud sound, even if the zombies can't see you, they will run to the location of that sound. And of course, if they get really close to you, then they will be able to see you, even in the dark, and then they'll start attacking you. So the strategy that I'm going to use, this is the one I use when I play the game, is I like to, at first, when the power is off, before I go into a room, I lower my flashlight, I enable night vision, and then I open the door and I have a little look around to see what the situation is. If there's one or two zombies in there, I might be able to creep in, hit them over the back of the head with a rusty pipe, and not make too much noise. Then once I'm in the room, I like to shut the doors, enable the flashlight, disable the night vision, because we've got very limited night vision battery at the moment. And hopefully we'll be able to find some security guard or a SWAT team member, or just somebody that's got an extra flashlight battery on them, or an extra night vision light battery on them. But so that's the way I'm going to play it for now. So I use the flashlight to look around, check that there's no items that I want to collect. As I said before, with any form of interaction, like with doors or anything like that, the E key is what you use. So once again, I'm going to check out what's out this door, what's through this door, sorry, by enabling my night vision, pressing the E key, so that I can get a sort of understanding of what's out there. Yeah, it's pretty congested out here. Oop, now I got too close to that zombie. I think he became slightly aware of my presence, so let me go away from there, call up my blueprint, and of course what I want to do is go to Julie Pearson's office. So looking at my blueprint, I'm going to go through the Jefferson ward, and you can see there's a door on the other side of that, which I should be able to use to get to Pearson's office. So let me enable my night vision, open the door, and hopefully there's a guy in here, a SWAT guy. So what I want to do is I think I want to kill him quietly. So I'm going to call up my rusty pipe, and I'm going to creep up to him, and then I'm going to smack him over the head. And you can see once you kill a zombie, let me enable my flashlight a minute. So now that all the threats have been eliminated from this room, you can see that he is outlined with this orange outline, and this tells us what he is and also allows us to examine his body. So you can see that this SWAT trooper has a pistol on him. It's 62% condition. There's only 4 bullets in the clip, so I'm not going to take that, but I will take that duct tape, because we'll be able to use that in crafting later. Now, one of the other things you have to remember when you're playing this game is occasionally you might do something and a zombie outside might hear you and come in from the corridor outside to see what you're doing. I just picked up some bandages, by the way, that can be used to craft medical items such as health kits. So if you're in a room with the flashlight on and you ever hear the door handle rattling, you very quickly want to either hide in the shadow, or in the case like we are now where the power is off to the hospital, you want to you want to quickly lower the flashlight and oh, what's that? And go over to night vision so the zombie can't see you when it comes in. Okay, so here's the problem we've got. That's Julia Pearson's office through there, but that door is broken and we can't get through it. So we are going to have to go out in the main corridor. So I'm going to lower the flashlight, bring up the night vision, and just go very carefully in this first period. Is there anyone out there? Oh yeah, there's a zombie out there, all right. Okay, so I know that left down that corridor there's lots of zombies that might be able to see me, so I think what I'm going to do, I don't want to go out and club him on the head, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise up my flashlight from in here, and I'm going to sort of lure the zombie in by shining my flashlight on him. Oh, you can see he's aware that there's some light shining on him, and now he's going to come and get me. So in the first part of this level, all of the zombies are quite slow, plodding zombies, and this gives us a chance to, to find our feet before we meet some of the harder zombies later on. Okay, so you can see if I were to turn my flashlight off now, enable night vision, and then try and hide in the shadows, he might not be able to track me. Yeah, there you go, look, he's got close enough to find me. Yes. And he's got some antiseptic on him. What I would say is, as the game has currently not got a save system, like I said, that's something we'll be adding in a later version. Pick up all of the medical things that you can, because you're really going to want to sort of craft health kits and anti-infection kits. You can see I've currently found 2 bottles of antiseptic and a bandage, and we'll see some of the other things that we can pick up later. I think that's all there is in here. I don't think there's anything in these drawers. I'm not going to explore everything, because otherwise, the gameplay video is going to go on for ages. And yeah, what's that? You'll find several blood samples around. Uh-oh, something's seen me! Oh, it's a zombie through that door. Quick, turn my flashlight off. Then enable the night vision. Oh dear me. I thought because I wasn't shining the flashlight in their direction they wouldn't have seen me, but they obviously did. I can hear a load of zombies scuffling outside the door. Oh, don't like the sound of that. I've made a right dog's dinner of that. Okay, I think I might have got away with that. Whew, that was close. Okay, so this is Dr. Julia Pearson's office, but it says it's locked. And there is an access card terminal here, so we obviously need to get a key card, but it also says there's no power. So we're obviously going to need to find a key card, restore the power to the hospital. And what's this? This is the pathology lab. Oop, there's some hazmat guys in here. Let's shut the door behind us. And let's these are pretty slow plodders, so I think we can take these out. In fact, I'm going to take these out with a gun, I think. Oop, they've seen me. Now I've made a noise. It is possible some of those zombies outside might try and come in the room. Oop, there's some more bandages. Oh, now this is important. Some of these blood samples you can pick up. This is an O negative blood sample. O negative blood samples are used in crafting anti-infection kits. Oh, I just heard that door handle rattle, but I think the zombie failed to open it. So if you see any of these O neg blood samples, then pick them up. Oh, I can hear doors creaking and everything as the zombies are moving around outside. Quite unnerving. Here's some scrap metal. Let's pick that up. And what else we got here? Oh, and some paracetamol, some bottles of pills. So we've got quite a lot of sort of ingredients here for crafting med kits and things like that. Okay. I'm about to open the door. I've got a feeling there might be a zombie. Oh, there is. Shoot them in the head. Anything other than a headshot will not count. Oh, brilliant. He's got an anti-infection kit on him. Superb. Okay. Because I've been chatting, I haven't really been using my battery power. Oh, good. Oh no, I've used all my bullets. Oh well, I might just put the flashlight on now. These felt... There you go. Look, I was able to... Oh my god! Ow! Jeez. Oh, brilliant. We've got some more flashlight batteries. Excellent. We're going to need that because our flashlight batteries are going down. Okay, I'm going to pick up one of these. Actually, I won't do it yet, but these zombies in patient gowns, these ones that I call them ferals. There's a few that look like this that don't wear hospital gowns as well. They're kind of the most mutated zombies. And they run, they scream, and alert all other zombies to your location. But when you kill them, what they have on them is rotted flesh, and you can take their rotted flesh and harvest it into a meat suit that you can wear. Now, we don't need to do that at the moment because all of the lights are out to the hospital, so there's plenty of places for us to hide. But if we found later on, when all the lights were on in the hospital, that we wanted to sneak into a room and not have to get detected, then what we could do is we could activate one of these suits from our inventory, and it'll give us about 60 seconds of covering ourselves in zombie blood so the zombies can't smell us. I should also mention that your visibility will also increase as you become more damaged, because the zombies will actually smell your blood, your human blood. So as you become more damaged, it's going to get harder to creep past zombies and exercise stealth. So another reason why health kits are very important, other than the obvious of just staying alive. So this visibility meter in the top right, you can really think of it as being more like not just sight visibility, but visibility to all of the zombie senses, even smell and things like that as well. Okay. So I'm going to lower my torch, raise my night vision, and I'm going to creep out of here, and I'm going to go down these stairs to pathology section 1A. I need to be pretty quick about this because I don't really have much night vision battery left. Oh dear, it's very crowded down here. Now you'll notice if I call up the blueprint, once I go down these stairs, I'm now in a section of the hospital I don't have a blueprint for. Okay, that's too congested up there, so I'm going to follow the SWAT guy through here, shut the door behind me, and hopefully take him out. Now he was still not dead. I can tell he's not dead. He's got a helmet on. Have I killed him? Yeah, he's dead now because I'm being given the option to search his body. And oh, thank God for that, there is a night vision battery. It's only got 25% charge in it, but you can see our night vision is starting to get very, very grainy. And that's because as the battery wears down, the quality becomes less. So there's another ONEG blood sample. Let's take that. There's a syringe. We can use that for crafting stuff as well. Always really explore all of the cupboards and stuff because, like I said, until we've got a save system in place, those medical supplies especially are going to be very important. And some of the non-medical supplies will be needed to repair your weapons, create lockpicks. And you'll see later on, there's also a very important item that we have to craft to repair the radio so we can contact HQ. Here's a broken diagnostic scanner. Because it's broken, I can pillage it for scrap. There's some scrap metal, some old plastic, some electrical wire, and an electronic circuit board. So you can see our inventory is getting pretty full now. Yeah, now my flashlight is starting to really wear down. So we can change that battery in a minute. You'll notice that because the flashlight battery is wearing down, it's starting to really flicker a lot, and that's a really good indicator that your flashlight is about to die. You can see if I hang on here long enough, you'll actually see it will eventually go out. Check there's nothing in any of these things. But you don't have to wait for a battery to die before you change it to a battery that you've already got in your inventory. Like, for example, if I go to my inventory, I can see I've got probably something like 1% battery power. But I've also got some batteries here that have got 77% battery power in them. So if I use that, it looks like nothing's happened. But what's actually happened is the batteries in my inventory that had 77% power have been swapped with the ones in the flashlight. So now they're in the flashlight, and in my inventory are those useless batteries that are just about to run out. You can see it actually says there's 0%. So it probably means it's got like 0.1% power. So they're useless. I'm going to drop them from my inventory so I no longer need them. It should be mentioned, of of course, that I should have mentioned that earlier, that in your inventory you can hold the mouse over any items in your backpack slot or any of your weapon mounts, and there's a description window down below where you can read what it can be used for. So it says, this can be used for crafting and weapon repair. These pills, it says, tablets are used in crafting medical items. So yeah, let's lower the flashlight. You can see the flashlight stopped flickering now, and I'm gonna still go on using my knackered night vision battery for now, because I can just about see what's happening. Okay, we can see there's a zombie in here. I'm gonna bring up my flash. Oh my god, a zombie just came in the door. Let me hide. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the night vision battery for the one that's got more power in it, and drop that night vision battery that was currently in my night vision. It's only got 3% charge, and I don't need that. Okay, I think there was a security guard that was like, oh, where's he going? See, he obviously saw us when we had our flashlight on, and now we've disappeared into the shadows. So what I did there is a very important thing. If you ever see like a zombie walk into a room and you've got your flashlight on, at least while the power's off to the hospital, make sure you ditch the flashlight instantly. Okay, I've got no bullets, so I'm hoping that guy is going to walk off at some point. Actually, I'll take him out. Brilliant, that was a... Now, of course, what's happening is also my rusty pipe is actually becoming more sort of less lethal the more I use it, as its condition depletes. Now, here we have some tins of food. Now, these are very useful because when you craft items, it uses a lot of stamina, and it can take the stamina quite a long time to replenish. And the problem with that is that when your stamina is quite low, you move at a snail's pace, so it can be a real pain. So I'm going to keep 2 tins in my inventory in reserve for when I do crafting, or when my stamina is depleted too much and I want to quickly get my stamina up to speed again so that I can run away. And now let's see what this guy's got on him. Oh, he's got some more flashlight batteries, and he's got another blueprint. And I think that pistol clip there has got 15 rounds in it. And although I haven't got a pistol, I will take that for the moment and add it to my pistol belt, because I will, be finding lots of pistols throughout the level on various survivors, I'm sure. And it'd be nice to have some clips on my pistol belt, on my ammo belt, sorry, when I want to use one of those pistols. So what else did we pick up? We picked up another blueprint. So you can see we've now got 2 blueprints of 8 possible that can be collected. So the section that we're currently in at the moment, we don't hold the blueprint for. So you can see there's no "you are here" marking on it. That was the section we were in when we were upstairs. And the reason I'm just taking some time on this is it allows me to show you. Let me just lower my flashlight while I'm in the inventory, although the game's paused. It allows me to show you sort of how to read these, because it's quite important navigating yourself around the hospital. So the hospital basically has 3 sections, but each section has multiple layers. So each blueprint represents one layer, one floor, if you like, of one section. So we started off by Pearson's office in Hospital Section 1, Pathology, which is the upstairs section of Section 1. And now we've collected a blueprint for Section 2, I think that's the ground floor, Microbiology. You can see 2A basically means it's kind of the ground floor or the middle floor and the hospital. So the section that we're in at the moment, well, actually we can find which one that is by going back to our blueprints, right? Calling up the blueprint we were in earlier, which was Pearson's office. There was the lab where we killed the hazmat guys, and we went down the stairs into Section 1A. So we were in 1B, now we're in Section 1A. But we haven't got a blueprint for 1A yet, so we could probably do with that. Okay, so let's have a little look around, see if there's any more items that we can steal for crafting. Now, very often when I play this, I don't do this, and I only sort of collect the crafting items when I need them. So I'll get to a point where I want to craft something, and then I won't have the prerequisite items, and then I'll have to go on a scavenge around the hospital. But because that takes more time, I'm going to kind of collect everything as I go. But I do have to be careful that I don't use up all of my slots, or I might be forced to drop some things. I actually broke my own rule there of walking into the room with my flashlight active. Oh, what's that? A baseball bat. Now, a baseball bat in 100% condition, a baseball bat is much better than a rusty pipe. So I'm going to swap my rusty pipe by pressing E for the baseball bat. And I'm going to pick up that syringe. I'm not going to pick up any more tins of food because I don't want to use up all of the slots in my inventory. It's getting pretty full, my backpack. Okay, let's have a look what's going on out in this corridor. Yeah, it's pretty busy out there. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, right, because I'm going to be in that sort of part of the hospital, is I'm going to go back where I came from, right, to the other end of the hospital, and I'm going to kind of try and lure some of the zombies down there, hopefully. Oh, that went wrong. Very important, okay, that when a zombie sees you, when the lights are out to the hospital, that you do not run away from the zombie, all right? You walk away from the zombie. If you run away from the zombie, the zombie will be able to hear your footsteps, because when you run, you have a much bigger audio footprint. Let's see if that zombie screaming lured some of those other zombies away. It definitely did in the bottom part of the corridor, but see if it did in the upper part of the corridor. Not really. I need to get moving because the battery in my night vision's getting pretty low. Ooh, she was about to scream. She was about to scream then. Oh, look, we found Julia Pearson. Superb. Okay, so what happens now, right? We were supposed to find Julia Pearson, but it looks like Julia Pearson is already a zombie. So let's see what she's got on her. Well, first of all, brilliant. She's got the blueprints to section 1A. That's the section that we're currently in. So let's call up the blueprints. I like to do it via the inventory just because it's a bit easier to see. And you can now see that we are in the administration office in section 1A, and it was those stairs that we originally came down. And we also saw that although this blueprint shows that we can go around the corner at the end of the corridor, when we came down this corridor was actually blocked off by a metal shutter. So we obviously can't get through there. We're obviously going to have to go back upstairs and maybe, I don't know, down some of these stairs here to get down here. But one of the things that's also important is we can see where, if we walk off of the map where it leads, so you can see if we were to come out of this room into the main corridor and turn right, it says microbiology, and we do actually have the microbiology map. And you can see that because we are now in the oncology department, because it says oncology here we are, going off the bottom would take us into the microbiology, and looking at the microbiology map, we can see it points to oncology here. So if we were to go right out of this door, this is where we would come on. You can see there's a biolab, an office, and some sewers and a maintenance elevator. Now, what's really important about the blueprints is they will often contain notes that previous owners of the blueprints have written on in biro. So you can see here, someone's written on that you take the maintenance elevator, and that will actually take you down to the sewers, and that's going to be very vital going forward. So they're not just to show you where to go, they also have got important notes to sort of solving the game. So very important that you explore everything. Now, one of the other things Pearson had on her was a PDA. Now, a PDA is an audio log, and when you pick it up, it will automatically start playing. And this audio log, as you can see, is called Dr. Julia Pearson, My Final Log Entry. So it's time to find out what happened to Julia Pearson and hopefully what we have to do next.
This is the final log entry of Dr. Julia Pearson, head pathologist for the Centre of Rage Research. Myself and my colleagues have been symptomatic for several hours.
As you can see, we've completed the mission.
Decided to stay behind and guard the research and not leave via the sewer system with the rest of the survivors. God knows what awaits them out there. Quarantine Zone 51 has fallen. We had planned to hold the hospital until evac had arrived, but the roof gave way yesterday, over in paediatrics. All of my pathology reports are in a filing cabinet in my office. Unfortunately, I have become separated from my keycard. I was visiting an adorable child called Amy over in paediatrics yesterday, and I let her play with it. I guess I forgot to take it back, and now it's buried behind all that rubble. Also, it is vital that you find my colleagues, Dr. Ambrose Osterholt, our microbiologist, and Dr. Travis Maynard, our head of haematology. and get their research and blood work back to Central also. Please, don't fail us. We have all sacrificed so much to collect this data. Oh, and one final thing. What Omega supplies we have left we put in the storeroom, which is protected by a combination lock. The combination code is 5953. I hope you find some stuff in there that's useful. Please tell my husband Gavin and my kids Chuck and Tara that I love them very much.
Okay, so quite a few things happened there. First of all, you'll notice that once we found Julia Pearson and we had correctly identified her by listening to the audio log, we saw in our little mission overlay that the Find Julia Pearson mission was first of all marked as completed, and then it was removed and replaced with another mission which, well, let's go and have a look at what a mission log is now, because we've actually been given 3 separate missions by just that one audio log. So let's go back to the first page. So once we found Julia Pearson, we realised we were dead. Julia Pearson posthumously gave us our mission, and that is the Retrieve Dr. Julia Pearson's Files mission. And it says here, it is critical that you save Julia Pearson's research files and get them back to Command Central. And this mission has several sub-objectives. So you'll remember that Julia Pearson, first of all, said that you needed the keycard to get into her office, but she thinks she left her keycard with a little child over in the paediatrics wing. Bit careless, to say the least. So we need to find our way into paediatrics. We need to locate the child that has the keycard and get that keycard. We need to restore hospital to the power so the keycard reader will work. And we need to gain access to Julia Pearson's office and collect her files. And that will complete the Julia Pearson mission. However, she also gave us 2 other simple missions. And that was we need to also rescue or find her other 2 colleagues. We have to find Dr. Ambros Osterholt. He is the head microbiologist. Well, that's useful because we're very near to the microbiology wing of the hospital. So we have to locate Ambros, find out what happened to him. And we also need to find the head hematologist, Dr. Travis Maynard, who's been doing work, obviously, on bloods or trying to find some vaccine. So we need to find both of those as well as liberating Julia Pearson's files. Finally, another thing that happened was right at the end, she said that there were some supplies in the storeroom, and she gave us the combination key to the storeroom, and you'll see a little notification popped up saying combination code has been learned. So if we find the storeroom, we know we've got the combination key to open it. So let's go to our blueprints. Once again, let's look where we are, which is here. We know that microbiology, which is probably where Dr. Ambros Osterholt is, because he was the microbiologist, is probably in there. And look, you can see that in this little room opposite us, someone has written on it in biro, store. So that could be storeroom, right? I think so. So we need to get opposite, get to that storeroom, and hopefully find some ammunition. You're reminded once again that you can view the blueprints in real time. I'm going to get rid of the night vision. By pressing the M key, and you can toggle through the blueprints by pressing the left and right chevron keys. Oh look, there's actually some important notes on those blueprints. Let's just go and read those first. So we found another blueprint while I was listening to the message, actually in one of those desk drawers, and this is for section 2C. So this is the elevator to the sewers. So yeah, that's where the microbiology section leads, if you remember. If we go back to microbiology, there it is. You can see if we come out of oncology, go into microbiology, there's a maintenance elevator here to sewers. So obviously if we take that elevator down, that will take us down to this maintenance room where there is an access hatch that takes us to the sewers. And it says Captain Mayweather has the elevator key. So we obviously need to find Mayweather and get the key so we can use that elevator. And I think it's a pretty good guess to say that's probably how we're going to escape the level at the end of this game. And someone's also written on there, hold the maintenance elevator at all costs, allow survivors a chance to get out. So that leads us to believe that some of the people in the hospital obviously survived and were able to sort of make their way out through the sewers, and obviously some stayed behind to defend the hospital and possibly the research. Okay, so let me enable night vision because I need to open this door now, and I can barely see what's happening because my night vision is so screwed. And what I'm going to try and do, I think, is make a noise. I'm going to jump up and down so that these zombies are drawn into this room, and then hopefully they're going to come through the door and investigate. And then I'm hoping I'll then... Oh, I can barely see what's happening. I need more night vision. Oh, this is getting hard to see now. Okay, there's the storeroom. Uh-oh, she's just seen me. Get ready for a slugfest. Did she see me? Yeah, she saw me, all right. She's coming for me. She's coming for me. Ah. That was pretty well done. I was hoping she might have some night vision battery on her, but my night vision's dead now, so I'm kind of screwed. Yeah, I am screwed. I'm going to have to try and just fight my way across it, I think. Oh, actually, I could make a run for it, right? Let me see if I've got just enough night vision to sort of make my way across there. No, my night vision's totally dead. I definitely haven't got another night vision battery, have I? No, I haven't. Okay. All I've got is a flashlight and a baseball bat. Oh, I might be able to lure them in one at a time. Yes, I'm gonna lure them in. Oh, she's gonna come for me. Oh. Woohoo! It's a nurse. Quick, shine my light away from the door. I don't want to pull any more in. Okay, too late. Quickly, we hide behind there. Luring them in. See, you have to be really strategic, right? Because if I just go out there and they all attack me, the melee weapons just aren't really close enough. Need to put a nav obstacle on these doors, actually. I just saw one of the zombies walk through it. Okay. Let me just open this up. Oh god, he's seen me and he's running to get me. This is the way you do it when you haven't got weapons and you haven't got ammunition, which I got none of. You lure them in one at a time. Okay, maybe I should go for the pistol now. Yeah, I'm going for the pistol now. Oh, there's zombies coming from everywhere. Oh, oh, I'm so glad I picked up that extra clip. Because I would have been completely defenseless there. There's another blueprint, section 1C, another pistol clip. Brilliant. Okay. Let's have a look around, see what we've got here. These are feral, so they're just going to have meat suits on them. I've already got one of those, so I don't need another one. See, that was the metal door. That's why we can't get through. But you can hear there's some zombies on the other side of that. But there's no way for us to open the door. You can hold the shift key down to run, by the way. I'm about to go to another set of flashlight batteries by the look of it. Looks like I've cleared all this area. Oh, no, there's a syringe. Oh, there's some more. I think I've probably got enough of this stuff now for crafting for the time being. Okay, so you can see here is the storeroom, I think. Pull up. Yep, you can see we're right outside the storeroom. It's locked, but because we know the combination key, Julia Pearson told us to it, we can now use it and we can open up the door and see what's in here. Wow, look at that. Some dynamite. What do you think, people? Should we take the dynamite? I've got a feeling we're going to need that. Another blueprint. Some more band. Oh, and some assault rifle magazines. And another one. 3 magazines. Brilliant. That's given us quite a lot of ammo. We've lost our flashlight. Our battery's gone out, so let's swap batteries. Oh, brilliant. Lots of duct tape and pills. Okay, we're in a good place. Okay, so we've got several missions that are active at the same time. Remember, we can press the Q key to call up our mission overlay. We've got... What was it? Yeah. So we've got to find our way into pediatrics. Well, there's signs around the hospital, and you can see that pediatrics is telling us to go down the corridor the way we came, so we'll have to come back there in a minute. But you can also see that Ambrose Osterholt was the microbiologist. Also says hematology is back that way as well. Microbiology is where we want to go. But when we walk up to this door, it's an automatic door, and because there's no power to the hospital, we can't get in there. So I'm guessing we're not going to be able to find Ambrose Osterholt in there yet until we restore power. Okay, let me just do a last check. Make sure I've definitely got all of the items off of the zombies that I killed, because every item is pretty useful. So good just sometimes to do just a final last skirt round. Don't want any tinned foods. And I'll just go in the office where we found Pearson and just check I got all those. Yeah, I did. Trust me, guys, although it seems pretty easy at the moment, it's going to get tougher. Okay, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my assault rifle. I'm going to go to and I'm going to press R to reload it, because at the moment, if I ran out of bullets in a firefight and I switched over to my assault rifle, it didn't have a clip in it, and then that would have been valuable time reloading my weapon. Okay, so let's go back up the way we came, and let's do some damage. I think actually I'm going to go to my pistol for this. So remember, that was Pearson's office. We still can't get in there because there's no key card, there's no power. And there were some zombies in this corridor, I believe, but they don't seem to be there at the moment. Oh, there's one. Ugh. Now these crawling zombies are really hard. When they're crawling, their only vulnerable bit is their head. So you can shoot them in the body and they still keep coming at you. So you can slow them down by doing body shots, and they'll eventually sort of stand up and become a limping zombie. But you'll see there's several zombies, especially ferals, that kind of crawl at you like that, and they become much harder to kill. You have to hit them in the head. And some of these zombies are doing quite sort of active animations, and hitting their head when they're coming at you is not that easy. Ooh, he's a fast-moving one. Oh, need to reload. My only godsend there was that when I reloaded, it went totally black because I had to lower my flashlight, and he actually lost track of me in the shadows. Okay, go over to the assault rifle. Oh, another pistol clip. Thank you very much. Okay, so where are we now? Let's call up. So now we're back in the pathology section, 1B, and we're about to go downstairs into 1C. And I think, have we collected 1C? And you'll notice as I walk off the map, there you go, section 1C is kicked in, and we're about to enter the staff room. Oh, I can hear a zombie. Oh, and it also tells us that we found a significant location, which is the staff room. So, as you can see, this is a pretty lame-looking zombie. Actually, I think I'll kill him with a pistol. Oh, it's one of those crawlers. Ah. Oh, good shot, Gary. Good shot. Okay, so we've got loads of lockers here. Now, because I don't want to sort of waste a load of time opening them all, I know that there's actually only one locker of significance in here as the game developer, and that is Oh look, there's Ambrose Osterholt's locker. And it also tells us that this is a significant location. So let's open up the locker. And you'll see there's a password in there. It says a password has been carved into the locker. So, and the password is 7469787889. Hopefully we won't have to remember that. Well, developers hint, no you don't. But that password didn't seem to really do anything for us at the moment. But it's obviously somewhere we may have to come back to later. Got another blueprint for section 1B and a journal. Well, let's pick up this journal. Go to our inventory. And let's see what this journal says. So we'll select it and hit the examine button. It's just 2 pages in this journal. It says 11th of June. This is the journal, by the way, of a soldier called Private Perez. And once again, this will give us some some hints as to what went on in the hospital. So on the 11th of June, it says, guess who got the most kills today? My new melee weapon of choice is the machete. I have become quite attached to it. It cuts through solid bone with surprisingly little resistance, and boy, is it silent. So if we see a machete, might be worth picking one up. We have some casualties in pediatrics. Uh-oh, that's where we need to go and find the little girl to get Pearson's keycard. Terribly sad to see the little kids go through the change. Why? Why for anybody? Oh no, I sense zombie children coming our way at one point. I know we don't want to lose our humanity in all of this, but there is nothing humane in putting a person through the change before you kill them. If it were me, I would want to go out while I am still me. And then on the 12th of June, holy shit, they got Mayweather. I'm referring to Captain Mayweather. He's the head military presence here. I thought that son of a bitch was raggy-proof. In the Dead Earth land, raggies are sort of a slang name that the residents use to refer to zombies, people that are infected by the rage. Raggies, sometimes ragheads. And it says, he turned about an hour ago and wreaked havoc around here. He's currently being contained in a makeshift prison down in oncology. Now that's interesting because we were in oncology. I didn't see that. If anyone left here has a change of heart and wants to follow the others down into the sewer, good luck with that. Mayweather has the key to the maintenance elevator in his pocket. Oh, of course, because we saw on one of the other blueprints, right, that Mayweather holds the key to the elevator that is the escape to the sewers, and now he turned into a zombie and they've locked him up, but they forgot to get the key off him, so now he's locked in there as this badass zombie with the key that we need to escape. So that doesn't sound good. Hey, if I go back to the blueprints again, we did, oh yeah, you can see in the oncology where we are now in the staff room, we went up the stairs, came back down to where we killed Julia Pearson and where the storeroom were. We did see, actually, I don't know whether you saw it, but we walked past a little room that was kind of boarded up with like metal corrugated sheet, and that is obviously where it says keep out on this map, and that's obviously where Mayweather is. So we might come across that later. Now that journal, because we've kind of gleaned all of the information we want out of it, we can probably just drop it. We don't need it, so I'm just going to hit drop, and I'm going to just drop it on the floor. So yeah, so what do we have to do now? So I suppose we have to get to pediatrics, right, and get Julia Pearson's key card. So let's do that. Now I'm running at the moment, and I'm safe to run because there's no zombies around, but obviously if there were zombies around, that would not be a good idea because they would hear me. Okay, so let me just call up my blueprints again. Yeah, we're about to go down into that section of the hospital where I believe, if you go to oncology, look, we go through here. Actually, let me call it up in the inventory, because then I get a mouse pointer so I can point things out. Yeah, so we're in this little cafe at the moment. If we turn right, and it says there's pediatrics down there, so that's where we want to go. So hopefully it's not too busy. But it is quite busy, isn't it? Okay, this guy's coming for me. Oh, a load of them. That was good shooting. What's that? Ooh. Whoa! Nice. Just watch with these zombies. Sometimes you can shoot them in the legs and take them down, but they will get back up again, look. And that can be a real shocker when you don't expect them to. See, still not dead. Or now. Because the thing is with these soldiers, they're wearing helmets and that gives them extra head protection. Probably the same as firemen as well. Okay, I need a reload. The stairs do give you a little bit of respite, especially with these slow-moving zombies. It's all about headshots, people. Just wait for them, make sure none of them reanimate. No. Okay, so let's check some of these bodies. Pistol clip. Yeah, I will take that. Another circuit board. Yeah, let's take that. An axe. It's only got 2% condition, so I don't... Oops, my batteries run out again. Have I got more flashlight batteries? Yeah, I'm down to my last pack, so I need to find some more flashlight batteries. Yeah, nothing there I want. Machete, yes please. Dun, dun, dun. Yes. Oh, and another night vision, thank heavens for that. And another assault rifle magazine. Wow, that was a much needed resupply, and there's still lots of other people to check here. Now you notice when I picked up that blueprint, it didn't click. And that just means we've picked up a blueprint that we've already got. As you can see, we've got 6 of 8, and there's going to be multiple copies of various blueprints around the level. Oh, brilliant, some more flashlight batteries. Yeah, when it doesn't click when you pick it up, that just basically means that you already have that blueprint. Oh good, I could do with a P. Just check there's nothing in here of any consequence. No, I don't think there's anything in here, is there? Microbiology, so... Yeah, so this was the other side of these shutter doors. That's where we were earlier on, that we couldn't get through. Some shutter doors there, we can't get through those either. So we just want to walk down the corridor now, look at the blueprint, we want to walk down the corridor and go to microbiology, go to pediatrics, sorry. I think on the way down, I think I will also take a little look in here because it says crew quarters. That seems to be like a good place to, Whoa! I think that zombie was taken by surprise as well. Okay, let's see how good this machete is. Pretty good, to be fair. Okie dokie, so what have we here? We have some strange looking tables. So this is a crafting bench, or it's one type of crafting bench. And if you go up and use it by pressing the E key, you can see that you can repair any of your weapons. So our assault rifle is currently at 87%. So, and it tells us that to repair this, due to its current condition, we'll take 1 scrap metal, 1 duct tape, 1 electrical wire, 1 old plastic. So I think we want to do that. Also tells us, because this is a very minor repair, because our weapon isn't that damaged, it's only going to require 4% of our stamina. So we'll do that. Well, the machete doesn't need any repairing because it's almost, in other words, they won't let you repair it if it's so close to being 100% that it's not worth spending the resources on. And that's the only things that we can repair on this craft bench. We can only repair the weapons that we're currently holding. But there's also a create tab where we can create some lockpicks, and also something here called a radio receiver main board. And we obviously need quite a lot of ingredients to do that. And when you look at the ingredients that are needed to craft an item, if it's in green, it means you've got those ingredients. If it's in red, it means that you are falling short of having that number of ingredients. So, for example, electrical wire here, we need 6 to craft this, but we've only got 2 currently in our inventory. It also tells us that it would take an awful lot of stamina to create. Now, over here, we have... Oh, what's that? Is that a blood sample over there? Yes, let's take one of those. Thank you very much. Just check some of these. Oh, and a syringe. We'll take some of those. Now, we're very lucky, actually. We haven't been infected yet. And it's quite common that I do get infected at this point in the game by letting a zombie bite me. But I'm trying to show you how to get through the game sort of scathe-free, if you like, because we don't have a save system. Now, what we're looking at here is a medical station. It's basically another form of crafting bench, but this time you can craft med kits and anti-infection kits. Well, we've already got an anti-infection kit, but we haven't got a med kit, and we're going to need one of those later. So there's nothing we can repair on this bench, but we can create a med kit, and you can see there's all the ingredients that it's going to require. So I'm going to create one of those, and in fact I could create another one. I've got enough ingredients, but my stamina is now down at 31%. In other words, that took a lot of effort crafting that med kit. And although you can see if I run now, that's as fast as I can run, which isn't very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up one of those cans of food, and I'm going to consume one of those cans of food, and that should restore our stamina a large portion of the way. Yes, it does, and now I can run again. And there's another can of food here, so I'm going to replenish it. And then, because we've got no health system, I'm going to create another health kit, and that should make us feel pretty safe. And I'm also going to craft an anti-infection kit. Am I? No, I'm not. I've already got an anti-infection kit, and I've now got 2 health kits. Here they are, so I can use those when my health starts to fall. So I've now got no stamina again. That's me running full pelt, and that's because I've crafted another med kit. So let's go to another can of food, consume one of those, and that's got my stamina mostly up. Stamina will auto replenish as long as you sort of don't walk or run. Ooh, hello. He took some putting down. Got a crowbar on him. I don't think I'm ready to trade the machete for that yet. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'm just going to call up my blueprint manager and just see if any of those blueprints that we've created recently give us any more clues as to what we're supposed to do. So that's a new one. So in section 1, which we're in at the moment, the bottom floor, the elevator obviously takes you to the morgue. So that is kind of, that's down that way, right? That's this elevator here, but we can't use any of these elevators at the moment because we've got no power to the hospital. But worth bearing in mind for when we do. Let me just see what else we picked up. Yeah, I've seen all these. Ooh. So when we get into pediatrics, we've now, so here you go. So you can see at the bottom of this blueprint, which is for the pediatrics ward, you can see there's a little line leading to oncology, which is what we're in at the moment. So when we go down this corridor and turn left around the corner, it's going to bring us into the pediatrics ward. And one of the things that's quite interesting is it says here's a child play zone and a ward. So that might be where we find that little child, Amy, that Julia told us about, that's got the key. But more importantly, at the end of the corridor, there's some stairs leading down and someone's written power. That might be how we restore the power to the hospital. So it's a good chance here we're going to get the key card from one of the kids and also turn the power onto the hospital. And it's also pretty cool here that there is a pharmacy that someone's written over the top in biro is now an armory. There's also a newborn nursery. That sounds kind of a bit creepy. Oh, and when we go down those stairs, these stairs here into the power room, we go into section 3C. And that's where the power generator is, and it says a few things here. It says power generator must be on for elevators, security cards and other locking systems to work. It says note, we will shut down power once the survivors have made their exit through the sewer. Captain Mayweather will also have the only key to the maintenance elevator, which we already knew. Anyone tries to follow them, they will have to go through him, go through Mayweather. So we're getting the feeling here that Mayweather is a bit of a hard ass, which probably means he's not going to be the kind of zombie that we want to meet. So I am also going to pick up a few more cans of that food because I used what I had to create the... actually, did I check that zombie in there? Yeah, we used those cans of food to craft some of those items. Yeah, we did check him. Okay, so let's go into pediatrics. Are we ready? We've got no night vision, have we? So, oh, looks like there's a lot of debris in our way. Oh yes, I have got night vision, so I'm going to make that change now, just in case I need it. So you can see that there's obviously been a collapse through the roof, and some debris has blocked off pediatrics. But it's also this little indicator here that we have to place some explosives. Now, because of the way we've done the level, we didn't come here first. We've already found the storeroom, and we've already got those explosives in our inventory, look. So all we have to do is press the E key to place those explosives on the mount, and then press E again to activate it, and you can see it starts counting down. Now we need to get the hell out of the way, because those explosives are going to kill anything in its path, be it zombies or... Wow, that was loud. Okay, let's see what's going on around there. Well, I can see some zombies trapped under the rebel under there. Now we have to be careful because there's fire here, and if we walk on that fire or too close to it, it will burn us and affect our health. Oh, wow. Ah! I need to run! Some woman coming through the haze of the smoke to get us. You can see I actually sustained some damage there going through the flames. Okay, so it's now telling us we have found pediatrics. So that is a significant discovery. I'm not going to take another pistol clip because I don't need the pistol at the moment. I will take another night vision though, and I will harvest some more of those other supplies. I will take another flashlight battery, and I will take another duct tape. Look at this dude, he's trapped under. Oh, and he's got an assault rifle magazine on him. Thank you very much. Oh shit, stood in the flames. Okay, that wasn't very helpful, was it? I can hear some flies buzzing. Oh look, there's some flies all buzzing around the dead body. See them? Oh, and they bit me. Okay, so look at my infection bar. I'm now infected. Now, to be fair, I did that deliberately, but that's also what happens if a zombie bites you, if you let them bite you during an attack. Now, what will happen with that infection level is it will slowly creep up over time, and the higher that infection bar is, obviously if it reaches 100%, you're dead. You basically become a zombie. But while it's working its way up over time, you're going to have more and more frequent sort of fevers like you just saw, and when you're having a fever it's kind of hard to see, the sound goes all echoey, and also it becomes hard to walk, especially when you're having a severe fever. You're trying to run away and you literally stagger left and right. Can you hear that crying? This is the... Oh! What a time to run out of battery. Look at that, it's zombie babies. Oh wow, look at all the medical supplies in here. Shut that door, mate, because I can't get into the fridge. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not killing babies, these are zombies, alright? I'm doing them a favour. Probably a waste of ammo, actually. I should probably use my machete. There you go, I've stopped the crying. You see the little children's music stops playing as well. Quite happy with that. I will take another tin of food. I think I've still got plenty of room in my... Yeah, I got plenty of room in my backpack. What's through there? Okay, it's locked. Okay, so let me call up my little map. So I'm currently in the newborn nursery. There's a door to the office and it's locked. And dead opposite is the child play zone. So maybe that's where we could find the little child that's got Julia Pearson's key card. There it is, the child play zone. Okay, it's locked. There's some guy down there trapped under the rebel. These are the showers. There's an axe, remember that. We may need that later. Well, in fact, I'm the developer, so I know I'm going to need it later. Oh, the flies bit me again. Ugh. Oh. Now these children are a bit like the crawling zombies, unless you hit them in the head. Ah! Oh, bleed now. Get the machete on. Oh. Okay, well, as you can see, this child is called Jessica. The child we're looking for is called Amy, so hopefully it's this girl over here. No, her name's Devka. So she's not the one either. Okay. Alright, so we're about to go into the children's ward. Now here's a little hidden Easter egg here. There's some lockpicks there that will stop you having to craft your own lockpicks. I'm going to do that to save a bit of time here, okay? Pretty creepy. Now I can't loot that medical scanner because unlike this one, it's not broken. See, that one's got a smash screen, but this one is a fully functioning one and I can't get into it. Oh look, the journal of Amy. Amy is the girl that we need to find because she has got the key card of Miss Julia Pearson. As you can see, we've got 3 lockpicks that we picked up now. And we're going to need those in a minute, you'll see. I'm trying to cut some corners here because actually this hospital level is quite a big level, and you know, if you just do everything in a kind of discovery way, it could actually take hours to get through. So this is Amy's journal. It says, "I miss my mummy. I want to kiss my mummy, but the white lady said it is not my mummy anymore." So I guess the white lady was either a nurse or it could have been Julia Pearson. She was dressed in white. "Me and my mummy like to walk our dog in the park. Butler was a boxer dog. I miss when Butler licks my face. Miss Julie," there you go, Julie Pearson, "gave me a magic key. Haha. Monsters will be locked in the bad kingdom because I have it. Miss Julie said my mummy would be proud because I am brave." Okay, so I think we've gleaned all of the knowledge we want out of that. Oh, I haven't reloaded my weapon. Gary, go in prepared. Go in prepared. Where is she? Ah! Oh, what a time for a fever to kill. Oh. Ah. God, I got her. Now, is that Amy? No, it's Imogen, but we have found a sharpening stone, which is something we haven't had before, which will allow us to craft more lockpicks if we need them. Oh, and a battery. Necessary. That's not Amy either, that's Cassandra, so that should take us back out into the corridor again, which we don't want to do. However, what you'll notice is because I picked up those lockpicks, instead of the doors being just locked to us now and then not allowing us through, they now give us a chance to lockpick it. So let's have a go at lockpicking this door here. So the way that lockpicking works is like in Skyrim or any other kind of RPG. You have to move left and right with the mouse to rotate the pick to try and find the sweet spot, and then you find the sweet spot by just first of all trying a random location, holding the left mouse button and seeing how far around the barrel rotates. We're trying to get it to rotate around 90 degrees. When we do that, we will have broken the lock. Now you'll notice that what happens is in the bottom left corner we've got a bar that says pick integrity, and the longer we hold it in the wrong position, we're going to stress out that pick and potentially break it like that. So we need to make sure that once we realise we're in the wrong location, we move it very quickly. Furthermore, the further we are from the sweet spot, that pick integrity drops very quickly. So what we're looking for is we move it, then we move it a bit more in another direction, we get a bit more movement, we get a bit more movement. And as we get closer, even when we get it wrong, the pick integrity starts to drop much less. And we're in. There's a nurse. Has she seen me? I think she has. Uh-oh, are you... Oh! Got her. That was a good headshot. That takes some getting used to. That's Amy. We found Amy. And look, she's got Pearson's key card. And now our mission window comes on, letting us know we've completed another objective. We found pediatrics and we found the key card. Now our next step is to restore power to the hospital. But before we do that, let's just go in there and check that nurse we shot doesn't have any cool stuff in her. Oh, she has a key. Uh-oh, fever coming on. Okay, so obviously what would have happened initially is if you hadn't found those lockpicks that I showed you, what you would have had to have done is come here, the door would have been locked, and then you would have had to have found that sharpening stone, gone to a crafting bench, crafted some lockpicks, and of course all of these doors would have also been locked. You wouldn't have been able to get out of them, but now that we found the nurse and she's got the key, we were able to either unlock it with the key or pick it with the lock. Okay, well I like the sound of that. There's an armour. Actually, should we put this guy out of his misery first? Oh! Oh, where did she come from? Oh. A feral child. No idea where that kid came from. Okay, so we found a soldier called Corporal Butcher. There's some flies buzzing around. Okay, so we could knock our way through. You can see these wooden planks. It actually says that to get through them an axe is required. Now I can hear a lot of flies in there. If we go in there we're going to get really infected, and just as a little note, and it's a bit of a sort of a give me I suppose, there is nothing in there of any use. So if you knock these wooden planks down and go in there, you're going to get probably infected and you won't really find anything of much use in there. Perhaps some duct tape or something like that. But what you can find by investigating the rubble are sharpening stones, right? Some of that rubble are shaped just the right way that makes them ideal for sharpening stones. So whenever you see some rubble and you need sharpening stones, then do have a little explore around, because you might find them. Okay, let's explore Butcher. Oh, look at Butcher. Got some pistol magazines and a battery, and also has a PDA. So we'll play that and see what Butcher's got to say for himself. This message, look in the audio log, is called What the Beep.
Profanity filter engaged.
Corporal Butcher here. What the did I do to get transferred to this shithole? So this morning, Travis Maynard, His Royal Highness, got his head ripped off in the Z attack. So I've been given the glorious job of transferring all of his bloods to the blood storage room, which, by the way, is protected by a red lock encoded to, yes, it, cocksucker Maynard. So I've been walking around the hospital carrying Maynard's noggin just so I can unlock that room. I'm not even done yet, so I've had to stick his head in the fridge just to keep it fresh and the like. Diabolical.
Okay, so what a terrible time for a fever to kick in. By the way, I should have mentioned this earlier. If you ever want to hear any of the audio logs again, go to inventory, click the PDA tab, and you can see
This is the final log entry.
the various messages that you've got. So we can hear Corporal Butcher's again here.
What the did I
And if you select the transcript window, you can also see the transcript
Travis
down
Maynard, His Royal Highness,
here.
got his head ripped off in the Z attack, so I've been given the glorious job of transferring all of his bloods to the blood storage room, which, by the way, is protected by a retinal lock encoded to, you've guessed it, cocksucker Maynard. So I've been walking around the hospital this morning carrying Maynard's noggin just so I can unlock that room. I'm not even done yet, so I've had to stick his head in my fridge just to keep it fresh and the like. F***ing diabolical.
Okay, so it sounds like Travis Maynard has been killed. Actually, but one of our missions is to find Travis Maynard. So I guess we're going to have to find his body. Let me press Q, call up our mission window, press Z and X to page through them. Yeah, we've got to find Travis Maynard, so I guess we've got to find his body, all right, and then we'll know what to do next. It also sounds like he had his head cut off, and Mayweather was using his head to access a retinal scanner to get into his room, so that's interesting. Okay. Here's another lock door with a lockpick. Well, I'm down to one lockpick now. Good job I picked up those. Actually, no, that was my last lockpick. Okay, so if I want to try that room, I'm going to have to craft some more lockpicks. I think what I'm going to do now, because those fevers are getting a bit annoying, is I'm going to go to my backpack, and I think I'm going to use now to reset my infection level. So when I use this, it's going to cure me of infection, okay? Well, actually, that's a lie. It won't cure me of infection, but it will knock the infection rate right back down to 0, and it will take a long time to build back up again. So I'm going to do that now. You can see my infection level has dropped back down again. And I'm going to go into this room called the Armory. Now there's some assault rifles here, but they're in poor condition. So if I didn't have an assault rifle on me already, I could pick them up and go and repair them at a crafting bench. But I do have one on me already. I think I'm going to swap over to the pistol. Because I've got a few clips in my belt. Actually, that pistol is not in very good condition, so I'm going to need to repair that. Now these wooden crates, you can smash them and there might be things inside them, but yeah, once again I think you need an axe to do that. This isn't something you can interact with. Okay, so looking at my map again, if I come out of the pharmacy, turn right past the debris, I should have some stairs which I can go down, and hopefully that will allow me to put the power on to the hospital, right? So I think I'm going to put my night vision on for this. So I don't know what's down there, do I? I don't know what's waiting for me. There's definitely something going on down there. Yeah, there's some... Looks like there's some feral zombies feeding down there. Now there's some ammo clips here, but I can't pick them up. And the reason I can't pick them up is my ammo belt is full. But I can free up at least one space by selecting my pistol, which has got an empty clip in it, reloading it, which will take a clip off my belt, and that will give me another chance to pick up my assault rifle clip and put it on my belt. Okay, so let's go down in here. I'm going to put a new flashlight on, I think. Oh, got a flashlight battery there with 100% charge in it. That's nice. There's a guy here. Whoa! I don't even want to... You're such a slow-moving zombie. I don't even want to waste an assault bullet on you. I'm going to shoot you with a pistol. Some of the zombies wearing hard hats. Oh, there's some wood. Might need that later. Could always do with wood. Oh, cheap humour, Gary. Cheap humour. That's obviously a blueprint that we have already because it didn't click when I picked it up. And that one. That's obviously the power generator. Let's turn it on, lower our flashlight, and yes. And as you can see, the mission is updated, now telling us fact, let me just call up the mission log so we can see it a bit better. So Julia Pearson's mission, we had to find the pediatrics, which we've done. We've found the electronic keycard, which we've done, and we've restored power. So all we have to do now is go back to Julia Pearson's office, use the keycard to get into her office, and hopefully find her pathology reports in there. And then that would be, at least be one of our 3 missions fully complete. But, oh look, there's a crafting bench over there. So let's repair our pistol. Let's repair our assault rifle. We still can't create the radio receiver mainboard, but we can, now we've got sharpening stones, we can make some lockpicks. So, do you think I should make 2 I'm going to make 2 sets of lockpicks, I think. Yeah. So if I go to my inventory now, I should have 6? Yeah, 6 lockpicks. And I'm not going to take a health pack yet, because they give you quite a bit of recovery, like 50% or something like that. So I want to wait until I'm at least 50% damaged, I think, until I do that. So what I want to do now, I think, is let me select my night vision. There were some zombies down here. Oh, what am I doing? Look at me, trying to hide with night vision, and the bloody power's been restored to the hospital. Oh no, they're all crawlers. Oh no, what a bad time to not reload your weapon. Oh. Okay, let me go back here. Oh, Jesus, they're hard to kill. Oh God, I'm already having another fever. Oh, gross. Okay. What do I do now? I've got the power onto the hospital. Where does that lead? Hematology. Well, remember, Travis Maynard is in hematology and doesn't look like it leads down anywhere. Notice now we can actually call the elevator if we want. It's currently on the it's currently heading towards pediatrics. It was on hematology. So, what do you think? Should we go up? Gonna stand back just in case there's a zombie in there.
Floor 1, pediatrics.
I don't know. I saw a body down there. I almost feel I should go and investigate that first. We saw a zombie come out of there, so that should be clear. Woo! Didn't even know I was there, did you, buddy? Uh-oh. Looks like we found Travis Maynard. And he's got a PDA on him. Let's find out what we got to do next.
Hey, newsflash, I'm a genius. I actually did it. My latest blood work shows my mutated nanites are existing symbiotically in the human body. Okay, not a cure, but perhaps something even better. All the pros: increased strength, resilience, extended life expectancy. But none of the cons, right? I'm becoming a homicidal killing machine. I'm transferring the bloods to cold storage later, but things are turning pretty shit around here, so if I don't make it, the sample you're looking for is labeled X693. All the others are useless. Fetch that sample, get it back to command. Humanity literally depends on it. We lost Osterholt today. To be honest, didn't really like him, but I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Captain Mayweather had some guy butcher help me take his body down to the morgue, but I just hope I don't end up on the deathbed next to him. Come on, Evac. Where the hell are you?
I should mention, by the way, that if you are ever in a location and you kind of want some shadow, you can, I believe, sometimes shoot out the lights. There you go, like so, and now that creates shadow for me. So we could do that. Although, arguably, a little bit of a waste of ammunition. But to be honest, I kind of want to blow through some pistol ammo anyway. Because there's, I'm probably going to go over onto a machete again later. Okay, so if you look at my visibility bar now, I am quite invisible, so hopefully... Although this room's going to have lights on, there you go, something's seen me, and now I should be able to skulk out into the shadows. That's my hope. Yes, see, he's lost me. And then I can go boom. Have some of that, you son of a bitch. Okay. Good stuff. Brilliant. There's another med lab. I might make either another med kit, or actually I'm going to make another anti-infection kit because... And I'm going to take some food to restore my stamina. Okay. Okay, so what's this dude doing in a cage? It's locked. Oh no. Oh, not more children. Last thing I need. Good shooting, Gary. Good shooting. Take one of those. More batteries, that will do nicely. Oh, there's a key. It says this is the Bub cage key, right? So we could let that zombie out of the cage. But I guess the question... Yeah, look, we're now given the chance to option it. But I guess... To open it, sorry. But I guess the question is, why would we want to? Maybe this journal will tell us. Ah, I can't pick it up because it looks like my backpack is completely full. What can I get rid of here? Really a lot, to be honest. Definitely don't want to get rid of something vital. So what's that? Is that... Oh, put it on transcripts. That's Julia Pearson's key. No, sorry, that's Julia Pearson's office key. That's that's Bub's cage key. That's what we've just picked up. That's the pediatrics ward master key. We don't need that. We've already picked all of the locks, so I think I'll get rid of that. Well, actually, I can't. Keys are not something you can get rid of. Once you find them, you keep them, so... Oh, hell, I think I would just... I'll use one of my first aid kits. Yeah. This is only going to be needed temporary anyway, actually. Reload, and I'm going to pick up the journal, and I'm going to go and read Lisa Gibson's journal. Let's see what it says. May the 13th, so this is quite some time before we've come to the hospital, which is in June. Another successful day of lab testing with Bub version 3. This version of Bub seems to have complete control over his bloodlust around the uninfected. He seems to react positively to human kindness and has exhibited loyalty to humans in a staged experiment with other infected. Interesting. So we've got a dude here that could be on our side. May the 20th, a few days later. Wow. Bub can take a serious beating. We let him loose today in a fight pen and he went through 6 raggies like a knife through butter. A few more Bubs and we could have a formidable frontline defense force. Oh, interesting. So maybe they were experimenting with creating a zombie army to fight the other zombies. Dr. Maynard, that's Travis Maynard, that's the guy we found without a head, really is a brilliant man. Pearson gets all the credit and the limelight, but Maynard's work will be the real game changer, it says. Oh, wow. June the 8th. Heartbroken. Travis is dead. I can't believe he is gone. I never got a chance to tell him how I really felt about him. He was my light, my reason to go on. It seems like Lisa Gibson had a bit of a Travis crush. Breaches are becoming more common now, and we are losing more good people every day. Pearson and Mayweather are discussing perhaps calling for an evacuation. Well, we know they did do that before things get any worse. But how to move the sick and infirm? Do they even care about the people, or just the top research staff, or just the research? Sorry, I extrapolated there. So Lisa's saying, yeah, they've called the meds in, the medevac in, sorry, to get the staff out. But as we know, as the Special Forces team, we were told just to get Pearson and her key staff out. So June the 11th, Pearson is called for extraction, but they should have arrived by now. Should have arrived hours ago. So June the 11th, that's obviously today, the day we've arrived. Or yesterday, depending, I suppose, on when the message came in. Anyway, rumour has it that it was only to evacuate the top brass. The rest of us were going to have to wait it out with Mayweather's Marines until ground support arrives. Well, that is exactly what our general told us was going to happen. There is talk of a handful remaining with the sick and infirm to wait for the birds to arrive, the helicopters in other words, while the rest of us will evacuate out through the sewer system under the hospital. Happy times, huh? And then it finally says June the 12th, so that's today, sorry, June the 12th. So this was written just before we got here, before she died. We got the green light. Those not too sick to travel are heading out with half of Mayweather's Marines. We have a route mapped out through the sewer system, which should take us under the city and pretty close to the rendezvous point with the incoming support ground forces. Mayweather, Pearson and a few others are going to stay behind with the other half of the Marines to guard the infirm and protect the research. I just hope that bird shows up for them soon. So we've read that, we can dump that now, we don't need that book. Okay, so interesting. So it looks like if we let Bub out, he will actually be an ally. He should fight on our side. Here goes. Hello, Bub. Okay, well, looks like that is indeed what happened. Okay, so down here we found Captain Mayweather. Sorry, not Captain Mayweather, Travis Maynard. And Travis Maynard told us like a whole load of things about blood storage and stuff like that. And it said that he was put in he'd found a revolutionary blood sample, and it was very important that we got that. Well, in fact, actually, let me just go to the backpack, and then we can see what he told us by looking at our updated mission log. So remember, we had Julia Pearson's mission, and then we had the Find Travis Maynard mission. The Find Travis Maynard mission is now gone, replaced with the Collect Blood Sample X693. So this is the blood sample that will save humanity. So this is what Travis was obviously working on, and that's really the important thing now that Travis is dead, that we have to get back to Command Central, right? So we need to discover the location of the blood storage room, which we haven't done yet. I'm guessing that's in hematology, right? We've got to restore power to the hospital, we've already done, gain access to the blood storage room, and collect the blood sample. So going back to the hospital, we saw, I believe, that hematology, actually no, not, we actually saw hematology, it was on the signs, right? Here. Yeah, hematology is pointing up. So, let's call the lift, check that Bob's staying with us, and let's go up to hematology. And if we meet any resistance, let's hope Bob helps us. Get ready, Bob, all right? Go get him, Bob. Oh, shit. I punched him. By the way, I'm trying to get my weapon up. Oh. Look at Bob, he's taking a right hit. lost Bob straight away. Oh, Bob, I'm so sorry. Bob normally lasts a lot longer than that, but I was silly, right? I mean, I literally just...
Together that you deserve. Call now, toll free. The number is on the screen.
Okay, let's see what we've got here.
Introducing Regen Therapy.
Don't need another knife. Let's move that body out of the way so the hospital door can close.
Biological engineering.
Oh, what's this?
By investing in one of our life extension packages, you and your loved ones can have the time together that you deserve. Call now, toll free.
Elan
The number is on
Pharmaceuticals, they're the
screen.
ones that started this mess, I think. Okay, so got some more stones there, sharpening stones. And here we are, we're entering hematology, so we need to find that blood sample, right? Remember, you can press Q to call up your missions. You can press Z and X to tab through them. So yeah, I got to gain access to blood storage. Oh, and look, discovery, blood storage. I found the blood storage locker. Uh-oh, it's a retinal lock, and I can't use it. It's locked. That's why it's red, and it's encoded to Travis Maynard. But Travis Maynard hasn't got a head, and we need his head so that we can use his eyes to trigger the lock, which is exactly what Corporal Butcher told us he was using his head for. So we need to find Corporal Butcher, maybe somewhere where Corporal Butcher might live or something. Let's go and have a look at our blueprints and see if there's anything on there to give us a clue. So, can't see anything. Maybe it's a part of the hospital we haven't found yet. Yeah, we haven't got all the blueprints. We're missing one. We may have missed one. But somewhere around this hospital, we're obviously going to find... Oh! Whoa! Oh, what a time to run out of bullets! Oh no! What an idiot! What a twat. Okay. I really am going to have to use my anti-infection now because I just got slaughtered. I don't want to be having fevers every 5 minutes. You still have fevers when you're infected, but they're just much less frequently, and you'll see they don't last very long. Okay, so let's find any kind of crafting ingredients we can, because we're probably going to need to create more stuff. Now, some of this hospital is quite shadowed, so even when the lights are on, you're still going to kind of want to use your flashlight to look in it. So it's not like the flashlight is redundant once you have the power on. There's still lots of shadowy areas, and also areas that you can hide in, incidentally, as well, if they're shadowy. Once again, the visibility meter is useful for that. So let me reload this bloody thing and not make that mistake that I did last time. Oh, there's a nice blood sample. Yes, we will have that. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my god, he's got an anti-infection kit. I can't believe it. That's so brilliant. Okay, that's a broken door. That's a broken door, so where are we? Yeah, well, we don't know where we are because we haven't collected this blueprint, which is rather annoying. I've obviously missed it somewhere. Well, actually, I might not have missed it. Just might not have been in that part of the hospital yet. Okay. So, I'm guessing we need to get through there, but we're not going to get through there, so we obviously have to catch the lift down and sort of get up here through a staircase on the other side. So let's call the lift.
Introducing Regen Therapy from Elan Vital Pharmaceuticals, leaders in nanobiological
I don't think I need another night vision. Okay. Very important that you collect those medical crafting ingredients, because this is quite a long level for a game that doesn't yet have a save system. Also top up on some ammo when we're down here, hopefully.
Floor 1, Pediatrics.
There's some ammo there. Pistol ammo at least. Looks like our ammo's full up at the moment. Actually, let me fire the one... No, I won't, actually. I was going to say, let me fire the one, but I've got my pistol so that I can pick up that other clip. Oh, I can't. I've got to reload first. Yes, resource management. Okay, so we were just up there, right? And we couldn't walk along the corridor because it was blocked off with like beds and things like that. So I reckon it's through here that we're going to find our way up to the other side of the hospital. Hopefully find Mayweather's head. Took some putting down. Got everything we need for now. Can we pick up another? Yeah, our backpack's full. Okay, there's no point going the night vision. It's broad daylight out there. Ooh. Jeez. Oh shit. Obviously, guys, I'm making this look easier than it is, because let's be honest, I know where they all are, right? But that bit is normally quite tough unless you've got Bob to help you, but because I haven't got Bob to help me, I had to use a little bit of developer's wisdom there. Brilliant, another assault rifle. Okay. I'm not picking up the shotgun shells at the moment because, like, personally for my style of play, oh, another anti-infection kit. Can't pick up an assault rifle clip because I may have to drop. Oh, I've got an empty pistol clip there, so let's drop that. Take that. Can we? Well, we can't pick up the anti-infection kit yet because our inventory's full, but we also know that we can come back here and get one if we need it. Don't we? Never have too many sharpening stones. Yeah, there's quite a lot of ammo up here, so that's quite good to know. What's here? Ah, look at that. Butcher's bunker. Now, Butcher is obviously the guy that was using Travis's head, as to get into the retinal lock room, this blood storage room. So what are the bets that when Butcher said he put Mayweather's head in the fridge is going to be in Butcher's bunker. Ooh, those horrible flies. Let's step around those. Where are we going now? Oh, we're going down. Look, we're going down these stairs now to military HQ. Pretty cool. Jesus! Oh God, I even knocked the mic over and everything. Sorry, that gave a really loud bang. Bastards. Nothing there I need. It's quite nice now at this point in the level. So yeah, we're in military HQ. It's quite nice at this point in the level. Oh, got to be one of these has got... No, I still haven't found the elusive 8th blueprint. Okay, what do we have here? We have a shotgun. It's not in brilliant condition. It's okay. And we have a radio that's sizzling away. Which hopefully means we can call base. Okay. So it says that the radio is broken and we can't use it until it needs a new radio receiver mainboard. So we're going to need to craft a radio receiver mainboard, I think. So let's just have before we leave this area, because I don't think there's anywhere we can go up here. Okay. Ooh, there's obviously something on the other side of that. Okay, look, we need to get into Butcher's bunker, but we can't do that without an axe. So we're going to have to find someone with an axe. Now, I happen to remember, right, that we saw an axe a long time ago in the showers. And I think there's also some firemen that have an axe in, but I think the closest one is in the showers, and it was in the corner here. But you can see that this axe has only got 4% condition, which basically means it won't be able to cut down anything in this condition. So we're going to have to repair it first. Now, fortunately, I've got enough sharpening stones, so I should be able to... Yeah, I got everything I need to repair the axe. Okay, but it's taken quite a lot of effort. So my stamina is now really low, so let's consume another tin of food. And just so you can see how this works, now we've got the axe, we can chop things up like that. But I'm going to tell you, as a little clue, there's nothing in there except an assload of dead bodies and a shitload of flies, okay? So don't do it. Don't do it. Now, with the axe, we can also do things like that. You can... Is there anything in there? Well, we've got assault rifles, but we've got an assault rifle already. In fact, actually, what we should have done while we were down there was repair our assault rifle. Let's see if we've got enough crafting to do that. Yes, we have. What have we got in the way of electrical wire? Because we need quite a bit of that, don't we, to make the radio receiver mainboard. Have we got enough to make the radio receiver mainboard? Let's go to the create. No, we're one electrical wire short. Ah, that's going to be tough. Oh, another clip of assault rifle ammunition there. I think I am going to drop this clip here and pick up that one. Okay, so what I want to do is find some more electrical wire. Now, this is a room we haven't been in. I'm really just looking for any room that's got a medical diagnostic or a computer. Whoa! Totally forgot it was a zombie game for a minute. Oh God! Bollocks. Hey, that's the blueprint we were missing. There you go. We probably should have gone in that room first. So we've got all of the blueprints. Here we are in the armory, and we go along there and up to Butcher's bunker, which is in section 3B. And there you go. In 3B, it now tells us there's Butcher's bunker, and that's the blood storage room. But of course, we weren't able to go from the blood storage room to Butcher's bunker because it was blocked off by a load of beds, and it looks like somebody had tried to mount a defense by piling a load of hospital beds and diagnostic units and everything up against the door to block it off. So yeah, Butcher's bunker, you know, should be more confident than ever now that Butcher's bunker is the place we need to go, because someone's even marked it on the map. You know what I mean? So that normally means... Actually, let me swap my flashlight. That will also free up another slot, which is always good. Yay, and there's some electrical wire. Oh, well, no point picking up any more blueprints. We've got everyone. We've got the complete set. Let's get out of here. Okay. So let's now go to Butcher's bunker. Chop that wood down. Yes, we're in. Sounds like something on the other side of that. Yes, it is. Oh, didn't kill him, did I? Hard little... These zombies with the helmets on their heads are hard little buggers to kill. Yeah, we'll take some more lockpicks. Why the heck not? And I think I'm going to go back over to machete again, I think. I've used the axe. I shouldn't need it anymore. And let's see if we can make the radio receiver mainboard and fix the main radio. Well, I can, but it's not giving me the create button. That's because my stamina is currently quite low. So let me have a look. Oh, there's Butcher's head. Sorry, not Butcher's head, Travis Maynard's head. That means we can get in the retinal scanner. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use another tin of food, I think, because that's kind of wasteful. I think I'm going to just wait for my stamina to replenish and just do a little search around the room for a bit. Hopefully I got enough stamina now, do I? Yes. And there you go. I now have in my inventory the radio receiver mainboard. So what that means we can do now, wow, I'm moving really slowly because I need another tin of food. We definitely need to pick up some more food the next time we see one. Otherwise we're going to be moving around at a snail's pace. Look, even after a tin of food, I've still only got half my stamina. So let's just walk for a little bit, because I can't move very fast because of my stamina. And obviously you can check all of these things, and actually I should have split apart these crates before I got rid of the axe. I don't think I can do it with a machete. I don't think the machete is kind of... Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. What's in there? Let's pick up some more wood. I've picked up the shattered fragments there of the box, and I can use it in crafting as wood. And it looks like there's some shotguns in there, and I don't want to go to the shotgun. I'm not a big fan of the shotgun. Oh, more lockpicks. We'll pick up those. We've got loads of lockpicks now. Okay, so now we should be able to press E. It says press E to install that main receiver, that receiver mainboard. And there you go. We've fixed the radio. So now we've fixed the radio. It says use to communicate with Command Central.
Command Central here. Report back once you've completed all of your mission objectives.
Ugh. Oh, that's not very helpful. So we now can contact Command Central, but they're saying don't bother coming back until we've completed all our mission objectives, and then I guess we're going to contact Command Central for our next instructions. So of course, where are we at the moment? Well, Julia Pearson is waiting for us. The Julia Pearson mission, shall I say, is waiting for us to go back into Hospital 1, go back to Pearson's office, get the pathology reports now that we've got the key card. Ambrose Osterholt, we've done none of that mission at all yet. We haven't even found Ambrose because we tried to get into microbiology, but the electronic doors weren't operating because of the power. And for the Travis Maynard, we just need to gain access to the blood storage room and select the blood sample. It would be nice to have, you know, a completed mission in our arsenal, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back down. We're going to go to the elevator, go back up to the hematology wing, and you'll remember that that is where the blood storage room was. Let me just check none of these have got cans of food on them. Also just check it's going to hematology. Yep, you can see it changes now to say it's going to hematology.
Board 2, hematology.
Okay, so now we have Travis's head in our inventory. We did pick it up, didn't we? Yeah, there it is. Travis Maynard's head, right? So now when we walk over to the retinal scanner, it should say encoded to Travis Maynard, press use to activate. And there you go, I'm holding up the head. The scanner is activating and dun dun dun. Yay. And we've crossed another objective off of our objectives list for mission 3. And now, oh, it's okay. We got a button to get back out again. Yeah, you can see it now says we have gained access to blood storage. So all we have to do now is collect blood sample X93. Oh my God. Okay, and a cinematic scene has kicked in, letting us know that reinforcements, you know, the zombies have been reinforced by other zombies breaking into the hospital, so... That's a no negative blood sample, but it's not the one we want. Oh, look at him. Doesn't look in a good way, does he, after being in the freezer? No, unknown blood sample. Oh, negative blood sample. Not what we want. We're looking for X693. Oh, it's gone red. There's the one. Now, I should just mention at this point, especially as there's a fever happening, that obviously when you create a game like this, I'm talking from a developer's perspective now, you really don't know what order the player is going to do the puzzles in. So we could have got Maynard's head and got access to this storage room before we found Travis Maynard and listened to his PDA, and there we wouldn't have known at that point that we wanted blood sample X63. So in that particular case, what would have happened is we would have come in here, we would have seen blood storage, and this would have just registered as any of the other blood samples. It would have just, you know, been something that we couldn't interact with because our avatar in the game, the survivor, doesn't know that that's what he is after yet. So when you create a game, you have to do all of these things in case. Sometimes you have to block it so that if the player gets somewhere in the order that you don't want them to, that it still all makes sense. And in this case, you're just saying, well, yeah, you got to the blood storage room, but because you hadn't found Travis Maynard and listened to his PDA, you had absolutely no idea what you were looking for. So it just looked like a load of anonymous blood samples. So let's pick it up, and that should complete the Travis Maynard mission. Yes, it does. Oh, wow, we've got a completed mission now. Cool stuff. But, of course, we also saw, it looked like downstairs, zombies. There's been a resupply of the zombies breaking through into the lower hospital. I assume that's this section of the hospital. I can't actually remember. I think I better go to the assault rifle because when I go downstairs, I'm not sure what I'm going to find. Oh, if we go back to the mission log again, we've completed the Maynard mission, and we can complete the Travis mission by going back to Hospital 1C. So just back the way we came, back to Julia Pearson's office, and finding her pathology reports, and we might have to fight our way through. And then when we're in that section of the hospital, we should hopefully find Travis Maynard. Not Travis Maynard, what am I talking about? Ambrose Osterhole. Okay, so down to pediatrics. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Because the lights are onto the hospital and night vision won't work, I'm going to pick up a blood suit from one of these ferals, and I'm going to use that, and hopefully that will shield me. As long as I've got my flashlight on, I'll get right back. And just as I hear the lift coming to a stop, because we only have about 60 seconds from a blood suit, this should hopefully make us invisible. You see, it says, this extremely decomposed flesh can be smothered over the body to act as a detection shield from zombies. Yeah, well, you know. Let's deploy it. As you can see, I now have all of those flies buzzing around me. Come on, doors open.
Pediatrics.
Well, she was... Oh, I fired my weapon. That's the last thing I should have done. Okay, that backfired. That backfired horrendously. But... Oh, and now I'm running, so they're tracking the face of... Okay, see, now they can't see me, but... Let me go in the armory a minute. Phew! How much time have I got left? Yeah, you can see they can't see me at the moment. Okay, so... Let me reload the weapon. It's wearing off now. It's wearing off. And I've actually put myself right in the bloody middle of a choke point. I think I'm alright. I think I got away with the noise. Okay, so what happened there is I put the blood suit on, and the blood suit does kind of make you invisible unless you're very close to a zombie. So when the elevator door opened, I was stood right next to the chick in the black jacket. Then of course I shot her, which was the worst thing I should have done, because then just every zombie on the level, irrespective of the fact that I'm wearing a meat suit, was going to investigate the source of the sound and therefore came right up against me. So what I was able to do was run away. Now when you're running away, that still doesn't help you, because while you're running, you're making loud footsteps. So the zombies will be tracking to that. So what I did was ran away for the first bit, and once I got enough of a buffer between me and the zombies, I dropped into a walk and slowly walked away. And then the zombies all kind of tracked to the last place they heard me, and then I kind of had crept off into a side room. But it's very important if you run. Who's this dude? Look at you, cheeky little dog. Actually, this was quite a good room to get in. For taking out the reinforcements. Oh! Shit. Well, I've got hardly any health left, so I need to take one of those med kits right now. Let's get the machete up for the rest of it. Too busy bloody... Oh, let me take one of those cans of food. Too busy pillaging. I don't think I need to really craft much more now. I think I've done all the crafting. Oh, I managed to hit him before he screamed and alerted everybody else. There's a hazmat guy down here. Okay, so this is pediatrics. So to get back to Julia Pearson, we need to go upstairs, don't we? The way we came. And hopefully we'll be able to get into Julia Pearson's office now. So this was where we started right back in the day. So you can see the hospital's not that big, but what it is complex. Lots of puzzles to complete. So we should be able to put the keycard in there now. Yes, we have, and the light's gone green right in the middle of a fever. And if we look at our mission overlay, we can also see that it says, it's ticked off the box, it says, you know, sort of gain access to Julia Pearson's office. So there you go, I've done that. Yay! So I just need to find her pathology files now, and then I will have completed the Pearson mission arc. Oh, look, nice picture there of Julia Pearson. CRR, Centre of Rage Research, 2021. Never know. Might still need duct tape to do some repair. Yeah, that's still locked, that one. Well, the pathology files have surely got to be in a filing cabinet. There they are. Pathology reports. Get ready, guys. As I pick this up, another mission complete. Dun, dun, dun. So, we're now in a very good position, right? We have completed 2 of the 3 missions. We've completed Julia Pearson's mission, and we've completed the Travis Maynard mission. The only thing we haven't completed is the Ambrose Osterholt mission. And he was, if you remember, he was the biologist. Let me just take some of this stuff from the scanner. You never know when you're going to need it. So... let's follow the signs to microbiology, right? Here's microbiology. Ooh! Okay. Don't need the lift, do we? We can just go down the stairs. Yes, this is certainly showing... oh look! Now remember earlier on, we read a journal that said Mayweather was in a makeshift prison. Well, this is the makeshift prison. In fact, if we get really close to it, we can see a picture. You can see a picture of Mayweather, and we can hear him inside it. In fact, if we go up to that picture of Mayweather, we can even do that. We can press the E key and examine it. Oh look, Mayweather in happier times. Okay, so let's go to microbiology. Now this is a section of the hospital we have not been in before, so it could be a bit congested. Oh, oh. Oh. Oh God, that was close. Do I have another health kit? Oh no, I don't have another health kit. Okay, that sucks. Please, one of you have a health kit on you. Well, I'll take the Oneg blood. Oh, what's that? Ah! Where did you come from? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I've got to have enough stuff on me to make at least one more med kit. Sharpening stone, always handy for the machete. And the bandages. That scared me then. That was me opening the door by this pressure operated. Okay, so what have we got here? So here we are. We're going down to an office and a biolab. So... well, look how slow I'm walking now, and that's because my health isn't very good. Well, this is Ambros Osterholt's office, so that seems a pretty good place to start looking for Ambros Osterholt. Quite a security-conscious fella. I haven't got to worry too much about breaking these. I've actually managed to acquire 19 lockpicks.
Most of all, remember to stay calm.
Quite cool, isn't it?
Have clean clothing and bedding waiting for you at your destination.
Forgot to reload my weapon. Useful, isn't it? Actually, I'm going to take this dude with the machete. I just want to save my... no, I'm not. Brilliant. Let's take one of those as well, because I'm going to, hopefully, in the biology lab, there will be a crafting station.
Clean clothing and bedding waiting for you at your destination. This is an automated message from the emergency broadcast system. Normal programming has been suspended. If you are hearing this message, then your habitat zone has been...
There you go. It says we have discovered Dr. Ambros Osterholt's computer. But it says a password required. Now, this is interesting, right? Because earlier on, very early on, when we were in the staff room, we got notified that we had found Dr. Ambros Osterholt's locker. And there was a password inside, and we looked at the password, and it didn't seem like anything had happened. But you kind of think, well, we've obviously learned the password, but now we're here at the computer, and it's not letting us use it, which means we obviously still don't know the password, or at least the right password. So, okay, let's have a look. All we've got to do is locate Ambros Osterholt, and he's not here. He's none of those people we killed. So... sounds like there's some activity behind here. Oh yeah, I saw one. Okay. Get ready. Oh. Brilliant. There's a med station. Please be Ambros Osterholt. No. Dr. Gregory Young. No good whatsoever to us. Wait a minute. I've just remembered something. Okay, well, let me, first of all... now, the reason that dropped on the desk is because we're obviously carrying too much stuff. Well, I can make a space there. Use that. I can then pick up the first aid kit, use it to repair my health, and then hopefully craft another one. I can't craft another one yet because I don't have enough stamina, so let's consume that. Then craft another one. Okay, and have I got enough to craft another one? Bloody have. If I just eat another can, that should put me in pretty good stead. I'm going to craft all of the med supplies I can. I've got no more pills to make a aid kit, but I could make another anti-infection kit. Have I got any more food to replenish my stamina? Yes, I've got loads of the stuff. So let's make another med kit as well to be really safe. And then consume more food. So I get my stamina back. Okay, so I've just had an epiphany, or more should I say, a memory. And that is that when we were listening to Corporal Butcher.
Profanity filtering.
No, Travis Maynard, I think it was. Let's listen to his
I'm a
PDA
genius.
again.
I actually did it. My latest blood work shows my mutated nanites are existing symbiotically in the human body. Okay, not a cure, but perhaps something even better. All the pros: increased strength, resilience, extended life expectancy. But none of the cons, right? Not becoming a homicidal killing machine. I'm transferring the bloods to cold storage later, but things are turning pretty shit around here, so if I don't make it, the sample you're looking for is labeled X693. All the others are useless. Fetch that sample, get it back to command. Humanity literally depends on it. We lost Osterholt today. To be honest, didn't really like him, but I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Captain Mayweather had some guy Butcher help me take his body down to the morgue, but I just hope I don't end up on the deathbed next to him. Come on, Evac. Where the hell are you?
Okay. So I think that's the thing we missed earlier on, right? What we missed was that when we listened to Corporal Butcher's video, he said, Travis Maynard's audio, he said that Ambrose Osterholt was dead, and he took him down to the morgue, so we need to find the morgue. Now this is obviously the elevator that takes us to the basement, the sewers, and finally our escape room. But we need to find Osterholt first. So let's find the signs. Morgue, this way. Morgue, this way. So all of the signs in the hospital, they do really work, okay? So follow them and they will get you where you need to go. Morgue, this way. Okay, so here's where we need to extrapolate a little bit. It says morgue straight on, but we can't get straight on, but what we can do is go up here, use the elevator, call that, and go down to the morgue that way.
Floor 2, pathology.
Jesus. Die! You notice that if the doors are closing, you can just like jam your body in them and they'll automatically... Oh, look. Yeah, sorry, let me finish off what I'm saying. You can jam your body in them and then that will force the doors to reopen. So we go back down to oncology, which is where we've been before, but we've got the morgue available to us now. So let's go down to the morgue. And hopefully we'll find Ambrose Osterholt, but obviously he's dead. And we know that when we've been told to find people and they're dead, that means when we find their bodies, we often get given another mission to kind of complete. And as we saw Ambrose Osterholt's computer, password protected, I'm guessing it's going to involve that. There you go, look, that's Ambrose Osterholt's dead body. But yeah, I can't do anything with his body, which is... So how do I... Just search around, that's what you got to do. You got to search around in this game. He's dead. Fantastic, another med kit. How brilliant is that? We're in a really good place now for med kits. I might even complete this game in one go. Oh, there you go. PDA. Dr. Ambrose Osterholt, the Rage Namite. So let me play this because it's very important and will hopefully tell us how to complete the third mission. Now that we can't rescue Ambrose, we've obviously got to rescue his research.
This is Dr. Ambrose Osterholt for the Center of Rage Research. My mapping data of the Rage Namite is now complete. It is like nothing that we have ever seen before. This is something far more sinister than a simple mutation of the Regenerite. So all of my mapping data is stored on my computer in my office.
Yep.
Will require the password to gain access to my files.
Yeah, well, we know that.
I am always so forgetful of my passwords that I have scribed it on the inside of my
Yeah,
locker
we know.
in the staff room. To keep it safe from the prying eyes of Mayweather's lunkhead Marines, I have used a simple ASCII cipher to
Aha.
find the true characters. Now, with this knowledge, you should be able to decipher. What the heck? No, I have to go.
Okay, so I'm going to take. I think I'm going to. Oh, I've just noticed actually there that there's an image missing there for Ambrose Osterholt. Oh no, they are all there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me get this bloody fever over with. I'm going to consume another anti-infection medication. So what we need to do now then is we need to go back to the staff rooms. Let me go back up to pathology. That wasn't far from when we came in. And obviously I know this, but it's going to take you a bit longer to really learn the map, study the maps. But we need to go up to the pathology, which is where we started the level. And it was just down the end of the corridor, actually, where we started, where we found the staff room and we found Dr. Ambrose Osterholt's locker with the password on it. And now that we know how to decrypt it, hopefully when we look at that password, it will say something different and the true password will be revealed. 'Cause that's what Ambrose was telling us. He was telling us that because he didn't want anyone to accidentally open his locker and see his password, that he scribed it down in an ASCII format. So we just need to go and have a look at it now, and hopefully we will now know what that password means. And look at that. Rather than just telling us that it's Ambrose's password, it now says press use to decrypt, using the ASCII cipher. Yay! And the password is Jenny. So now we have everything we need to go back to microbiology, go back to Ambrose's office. Once again, I'm just following the microbiology signs to take me back to his office, and then we hopefully have the password and we can download his files, and that will be the third and hopefully final mission complete. I've used all my stamina running.
Evacuation area as described to you in your orientation.
Okay, here we go. Please. Okay, there you go. Dr. Ambrose Osterholt's computer. Hold use to log in, and then hold use to copy files. Oh no, there's been a new mission. Make contact with Command Central. So now that we've completed all of our mission objectives, which we have, just to show you that's definitely the case. If I go to the mission log, you can see completed Julia Pearson, completed Ambrose Osterholt, completed Travis Maynards, and now it says, now that you have completed your mission objectives, make contact with Command Central. Let them know you are alive and that you have the vital research. So we need to go back to that military HQ.
We will have clean and vetting waiting for you at your
Okay. So remember, military HQ, we had to go through pediatrics for that. So pediatrics is straight on, which we can't go straight on, but what we can do is call the elevator and go down, and then we're the other side of that silver ball, that silver wall, sorry, in oncology. Okay, we're getting there.
Floor 1, oncology.
So, pathology. So, pediatrics, sorry. So that's where we turned the power generator on. Up there was the hematology, but that was blocked off. This is where we found Bub. Oh my god. Where did they come from? God, he was hard to put down. Brilliant. Another assault. Let me just get rid of the pistols now, because it's much more important I have an assault rifle clip. Okay, so it was up here. Remember, you can use your blueprints if you need to know where you're going, but you can see military HQ is up the stairs and then kind of around the other side. Ooh. Doesn't sound good. Sounds like the hospital's being bombed.
Command Central here. Great work, soldier. We thought we lost you. Now you need to hightail it out of there ASAP. Inferno protocol's already in motion, and a fire mission is inbound. It's going to level all of Quarantine Zone 51, including you, if you're still there. Rendezvous with the rest of the survivors and report back to arrange evac. Good luck, son.
Uh-oh, Mayweather's busting out. Okay, so just to give us some peace here. So what's happened is they called a fire mission in to bomb the hospital. They hadn't heard from us. They just assumed that we were dead, and they wanted to just flatten the entire area. So we then get in contact with them, and they've told us, hey, the fire mission is already underway. You got the research. Now get the hell out of there through the sewer system. Now we know that the sewer system, we need to use that maintenance elevator right over in microbiology, and that is the one that requires the elevator key that Mayweather has. And Mayweather, in the shaking down from the fire mission, actually shook his door to his prison loose, and now he's on the run. So he's going to be coming for us. Oh no! Emergency lighting's on. Whoa! Let me reload before I go any further. Whoa! Okay, well that elevator's out of... Oh, jeez. You know, we're going to have to kill Mayweather to get the key. You just know we are, don't you? Uh-oh. There he is. Now you have to watch Mayweather because he can throw things at you. Oh, look at that. He can throw rocks at you. Wasting ammo here, which I desperately need. Oh, bollocks. I think what I need to do is lure him out away from the rocks. Get him to throw a rock. And then get him... Killed him! By the way, guys, I have to confess here, Mayweather is a lot harder to kill than that in the actual game, but I made him weaker so that I could do this playthrough, because I really don't want to die now after all of this recording. And there we have the maintenance key to the maintenance elevator. So let's not hang about, guys. Let's just go to the maintenance elevator, which we know is in microbiology. Let's get the hell out of here. God, look at it. This place has been wrecked by the... I'm obviously going to have to use the elevator. So what I need to do is get the other side of this debris to microbiology, don't I? Because look, it says microbiology that way. So what I'm going to have to do is go upstairs. The morgue doesn't take me anywhere, and then go down the stairs from there, hopefully. So up to pathology, and as you can see, I've got a new mission that just says escape using the maintenance elevator. Whew. Really don't want to mess this up now. If I do mess this up, I'm not going through it all again, alright? Because we're just really so close now to completing the game.
Floor 2, pathology.
Oh, there's bloody more zombies down there. Oh, shit. Microbiology. Shit, he's running fast. Stay calm, boy. Got to stay calm in this game. Very easy to get all flummoxed. And there you go. I'm out of stamina, and we're at the maintenance elevator, and we've got the key. So let's call it and just hope no zombies come. As you can see, it's been called up to microbiology, and a fever's kicking in. Whew.
Floor 1, microbiology.
There's just one floor in use there, the basement. We've made it! We've made it! We've made it! Oh God, please.
Basement and maintenance level.
Oh, there it is. The hatch to the sewers. Yay! Mission complete! We did it! And that is the end of the first hospital level of Dead Earth. And as you can see, coming soon in when we release the save system and things like that, we'll also have a brand new playable level with new puzzles. And from a developer's perspective, if you're following along with us at Game Institute, you'll also have some more scripts that will do things, different sorts of puzzles and things like that. I'm absolutely knackered after that. So finally, the most important part of the game, folks, the end credits, where I give credit not only to myself and people like Joe, who developed the game with me at Game Institute, but also all of the artists that we used, and also all of the third-party assets that we got from websites such as Sketchfab. Thanks for listening, guys.